Hello there. In today's topic, we are going to talk about nasalization. Jenny and I, we're going to give you a good explanation about what nasalization is. To start, we can say that nasalization is a particular kind of anticipatory assimilation. Nasalization occurs when an upcoming nasal affects the sound, usually a vowel, just before it. In English, we anticipate nasal, usually vowels. Well, guys, here we can use the following like pictures to explain how the air comes out from our nose in each one of the different consonants, like in M, N, and N. In the case of the M, as we can see here, the air is coming out from our mouth because at the moment of saying M, our lips are closed and there's no way the air is coming up from there. And in the case of N, as we can see, our tongue touch the alveolar ridge. And what is the tongue doing? The tongue is blocking the air. So the air has to pass from our nose. And in the case of N, like in the word sing, the same. Our tongue will the velar zone, and also the air is going to come out from our nose, right? Perfect.
Let's recap. As Julio said, we have the English nasal consonant sounds, the ones that are M, N, and N. So let's check here how the M sound is pronounced or the nasal sounds are pronounced. As we could observe, the air is entering our mouth, right? And it's going back, but it's going out through the nose. Why is this? Okay, let's say that the sentence is I am here. When I say I am here, and you see that when I say I, the air enters immediately. But when I say the mouth is closed because the lips have to be closed, have to touch each other in order to produce the M sound. When the air enters here, it goes back through the nose. That's the reason why it cannot go through the mouth because it's blocked by the position of the lips. And as Julio also explained, if we just block our nose, the sound will not be able to be produced like this. Me, make. It's not possible. So the ones are going to be me, make, or money. In order to produce the N sound, there is a little drop in the jaw. The tongue has to be relaxed, and the front flat part of the tongue has to touch the roof of the mouth. N, like never or nothing. Now we continue with the sound mm. In order to produce it, we have to have our back of the tongue against the velar, which is the tissue that we have at the back of our mouth. Compared to the n sound, this one is closely further back and higher up. So we have the words like trunk and nothing.
When we talk about nasalization, but in this case, the phonological process, it is when the child replaces a non nasal consonant like B and D sounds with nasal consonants like M and N sounds. Nasal consonants are where air is released through the nostril. M and N are example of nasal consonant. Now, it is very important to us as teachers, especially the ones who works in elementary, to understand this. This is a process that is going to occur during the early ages of the kids. But this is also something that is going to happen to non-native speakers. And that is something that we can put in practice. Why? Because the kids make those mistakes because they don't know, or they are not like accustomed to the positioning of the tongue or the lips. I'm talking about the manner of articulation in this case. So it is also important to teach this to our students. They could be in elementary or even in high school, because since they are not aware of the position of the tongue of the on the lips, they're gonna make mistakes at the moment of pronouncing the words. So that is one way I can correlate this topic of phonological process with teaching a person that is learning and not that is learning, sorry, in this case, a new language, which in this case will be English. They need to be readapted. With this, I'm not saying that making our students repeating the word is gonna be incorrect. No, but we also need to teach them the positioning of the tongue and also of the lips. So in that way, they're going to be able to improve their pronunciation at the moment they are trying to communicate. If you are wondering how you can teach your student how nasal sounds are produced, you should tell them to pinch their nose and try to make this sound. When I refer to pinch their nose, I refer to this. When they do this, they are not going to be able to make the sound because their nose is clogged and the air is not going out of their nose. And this is why M is referred to as a nasal sound, because the sound is created near the front of our mouth. And I refer this to as our front nasal. You can tell them to do this. M, M, and you can ask them the following question. Is the air coming out from your mouth or your nose? Now try to say the word mother, but this time pinch your nose. Mother, mother. You can ask them what happened. How do they feel when they try to do this? This is one good way to teach them how nasal sounds are produced.
Let's continue with nasalization, but at this time we're working on vowels, and they typically occur when the vowel is immediately preceded or followed by a nasal consonant like M, N, or N. In words such as man, now, and when. So, in order to understand this, a little bit about assimilation of the vowel preceded by the consonant, you're going to make this little exercise. You're going to pinch your nose a little bit and you're going to say the word art. Pay attention and feel here. We say the word art, art. And then we say the word mart, mart, mart. Can you feel a little bit of friction here, like buzzing? That is because the air is coming out of the nose. And then, as you can observe, the vowel is assimilating that sound. We have learned many things about nasalization. First, we learned how to pronounce those words using the nasal consonant sounds. We also learned how to produce the sounds. We observed how the articulators work. And we mentioned different examples. Nasalization was also explained how it happens at early ages when people are learning a language. It could be English in native speakers, for example, or it could also be adult people or teenagers who are learning another language. So we have also seen the different vowel nasalization in this case. Nasalization is a topic that is going to enclose everything related to how to assimilate sounds when we are producing a language. Thank you.